So, Timbo, you were in prison.
Yeah, I was.
How long did you spend?
Well, at first I did almost 3 years, and then I was out for 6 months. I got out for 6 months, and then I did 15 years straight.
So, were you in a relationship right after you got out of prison? Because I was watching Love After Lockup, and I was wondering, how's that work?
Okay, well, actually, I got in a relationship shortly after I got out. I would tell any woman that it's a little different because a guy that's been locked up, you got to understand that however long he was locked up, he was in a whole different world during that time. So while this free world kept spinning and everything kept going as usual in the free world, he was experiencing a whole different world, if that makes sense.
Yeah, it does. Is there like a transition period? I mean, is there something you have to like transition into as far as a relationship when you get out?
A lot of the things that would be regular to a woman that I would be in a relationship with when I first got out, she would have to understand that this is not regular for me.
That's interesting because I don't think about it that way, because we are on the outside and we do keep going. So give me a little insight.
Insight as far as what?
As far as like the whole relationship thing and what it actually takes for you to transition from being locked up, being in a relationship, and being on the outside.
The first thing it takes is time. It's going to take time, and it's going to take patience on that woman. But she got, like I said, she got to understand that this man has been institutionalized. You see what I'm saying?
Yeah.
His stay, however long he was locked up, it's been like an arrested development. I did 5 straight years in the hole. When you say 5 straight years in the hole, you talking about no cell phone, you talking about no radio, you talking about no TV, you talking about no movies, you talking about no going riding, you know what I'm saying, no going on trips,
right.
No going on cruises. Sometimes when I'm out here in the free world, now I'm free. So sometimes, a woman will have to understand that I gotta fall back sometimes to myself. You get what I'm saying?
Yeah.
To just get some me time. I'm talking about some solitude because I'm so used to solitude. So like she probably be used to people all the time. And I do like being around people, but there are days where I just gotta, fall back and I just need some time to myself because it was 5 straight years where all I could do was work out, read, write. You know what I'm saying? That's it. Because I'm in that one cell by myself all day, every day. You get what I'm saying?
So if there was one thing that you would tell women about a man coming out of prison and getting in a relationship, what would you tell them to look out for or to be careful of? What?
I think that a man coming out of prison could be the best thing for a woman because he done had time to sit down and to really reflect on a lot of things. He done had time, to master certain areas of his life, which he probably wouldn't have done, in the free world because everything moving so fast and you trying to keep up with everything. But I would also say that, if this was my daughter and she was gonna be dating a guy coming out of prison, that's a double-edged sword for me because I know this could be the best thing, that ever happened to her if he utilized his time right. But if he didn't utilize his time right, this can also be a scam. You see what I'm saying? But now, that's one aspect of it. And then the other aspect of it is this. A lot of times guys in prison, a lot of women say it's a scam, but a lot of times those guys actually have good intentions with that woman.
But do you think
while he's locked up, but then when he get out, you get what I'm saying? Now he's faced with new temptations.
So do you think women that are wanting to jump into a relationship with a man out of prison, they're expecting too much?
I think they're expecting too much. I think they are demanding too much. And I think that because that woman is more evolved emotionally, socially, you see what I'm saying?
Yeah.
That man emotional growth was stagnated when he went to prison. that man's social development was stagnated when he went to prison. So that woman, yeah, she's demanding entirely too much, because you cannot expect this man to be where you are as far as a relationship go. And that's why I'm gonna tell you something. A lot of people don't know this, but if you're a female officer at a correctional facility, it's against the law for you to date that inmate. And even if you just say the inmate get out, it's still against the law for you to date that inmate within a year after he get out. You see what I'm saying? It gotta be, you gotta wait till after a year that he's been out before you could legally date him and keep your job at that facility. Do you know why?
Why is that?
Because while she's working there, and if he's locked up, she's this inmate superior. You see what I'm saying? She's this inmate superior. And so whenever, it's just like even in corporate America, a superior can use their power, their authority, their influence, you see what I'm saying, to manipulate somebody that's beneath them. Okay, but now, when a convict first get out, the reason why a female officer can't date him until a year later is because he's socially, he's socially incompetent. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
He's socially incompetent based on, you know what I'm saying, his experience in prison.
So what would you tell men that are in prison, that are expecting, or that are telling these women they're going to get out and they're going to be in a relationship with them? What would you tell them to expect?
I tell them this, look, bro, focus on self-development, self-improvement while you're back there, so you can be the best self that you can be, so you can be the best version of yourself. That's the first and foremost thing. But the second thing I would say is this: don't make no promises while you're back there, because when you get out here, you're going to be faced with some temptations that you're not used to. You're not used to these temptations. If you've been locked up 5 years or 10 years or 15 years, you ain't been faced with those temptations, so you might not be strong enough to endure those temptations. So I would tell them, don't make no promises. Just try to be as transparent as possible with the woman. Let her know, look, these are my intentions, but I also know that I ain't been out here, so give me, you're gonna have to be patient with me and help me work in certain areas.
Well, you've definitely given me some good insight, things that I didn't think about. Is there anything else that you want to add, or any more advice that you want to give?
Everybody needs love, and there's somebody for everybody. But I will say this, listen, guys that's locked up, there's been a lot of lonely nights when I was locked up. Those 15 years, a lot of lonely nights. And then I know out here in the street world that when it comes to women experience a lot of lonely nights, because a lot of dudes out here taking a lot of women out here for granted. So dudes that's locked up, to build something with a woman, and all y'all women that's free now looking to build something with a man that's locked up. Just know that right here, whatever you do, there is a way, but you can't be afraid of difficulties in a situation like this, because it's going to get hard sometimes.
With your experiences, that you go into a relationship differently than you normally would do?
Yeah, I definitely think I do, because like I said, a man that's been incarcerated, just be honest with you, he's going to view life differently from anybody else. That's just a given. So even a relationship, you're going to get differently. And I think more than anything, a man that has been locked up knows that at any time, your roots can be snatched up. So a lot of people don't understand this. A man that has been incarcerated, he has been abducted from the street. He has been kidnapped. And then while you locked up, see, you gotta understand what a man has been through. At any time, these people can tell you gotta move from this building to that building, or from this prison to that prison, or from this city to that city. You see what I'm saying? Anytime. So when you get used to living under those conditions, a part of you is always Aaron, because in the back of your mind is always, you never know. So even when you're into a relationship, just so like when you're doing prison, you know, okay, this is my partner. Y'all go to war together. Y'all fight other motherfuckers together. But then guess what? Tomorrow they might tell you, okay, you gotta go over there. So the attachments, you can't make no attachments. You know what I'm saying? So think about that in prison for 15 years, I couldn't make no attachments. So women got also understand that this guy that you consider to make your husband or consider to make your husband or whatever, he got issues with attachment. Because for however long he was locked up, guess what? He don't have a attachment. Because your attachment should be uprooted at any time.